As a doctor, I need you to hear this clearly. Right now, as you watch this, there is a 83% chance you are making at least 2 dangerous sleep mistakes that are silently harming your body every single night. This is not an exaggeration. This comes directly from large clinical studies published in the Journal of Sleep Medicine, which reveals something alarming. The damage from these mistakes does not take years to show up. It begins within hours, attacking the heart, the brain, the blood vessels, the immune system, and even your balance and coordination before morning arrives. For seniors over 60, the most dangerous part of the entire day isn't when you're up and moving. It's the 6 to 8 hours when you lie down to sleep, because that is the exact window where the body must repair itself. But when that repair cycle is disrupted, aging accelerates at frightening speed. After 60, deep sleep becomes the foundation of survival. It is the only time the brain clears toxins, the heart resets its rhythm, inflammation is lowered, and muscles restore strength. But when the wrong habits interrupt that process, oxygen drops, cortisol spikes, and neurological repair is shut down. That's why in this video, we will reveal the 7 deadly sleep mistakes every senior must avoid and stick around, because mistake number 1 is the most dangerous of them all and has been proven in multiple studies to shrink brain volume and increase stroke risk if ignored. Reference sources are in the description below for viewers who want to explore the research in more detail. Before we dive in, here's a quick question. How old are you? I'm reading and replying to as many comments as possible. Now, without any further ado, let's begin with number 7 and expose the first dangerous mistake. Number 7. Keeping your bedroom too warm at night. Your body temperature naturally drops by about 2 degrees when you're supposed to fall asleep, and this temperature drop is actually a critical signal that tells your brain to start producing melatonin, the hormone that makes you sleepy and helps repair your cells while you rest. Most seniors keep their bedrooms between 72 and 76 degrees, thinking warmth equals comfort, but this is destroying their sleep quality in ways they never imagined. Research from the National Sleep Foundation found that when bedroom temperatures exceed 68 degrees Fahrenheit, your deep sleep phases get cut by up to 40%, and deep sleep is when your brain literally washes away the toxic proteins that cause Alzheimer's disease. The ideal bedroom temperature for seniors is actually between 60 and 67 degrees, which might feel chilly at first, but your body adapts within 3 to 4 nights. The way to implement this properly is to gradually lower your thermostat by 1 degree every 2 nights until you reach that 65-degree sweet spot, and use breathable cotton or bamboo sheets instead of synthetic materials that trap heat. You can wear light cotton pajamas or use a single breathable blanket if needed, but avoid heavy comforters that prevent your body from naturally regulating its temperature. Many seniors worry about heating bills, but running a small fan actually helps more than cranking up the AC because moving air helps your body release heat more efficiently. The fascinating thing is that cooler temperatures also boost your metabolism while you sleep, helping you burn an extra 100 to 200 calories per night without doing anything extra. Studies show that people who sleep in cooler rooms also have better insulin sensitivity, meaning lower risk of diabetes, and their bodies produce more brown fat, the good kind that actually burns calories instead of storing them. Your body is literally begging for cool air to heal itself, but the next mistake might be even more shocking. Number 6. Using your phone or tablet in bed. The blue light emitted from phones, tablets, and e-readers isn't just keeping you awake. It's fundamentally rewiring your brain's sleep circuits in ways that become harder to reverse the older you get. When blue light hits the special cells in your eyes called intrinsically photosensitive retinal ganglion cells, it sends a signal to your brain that it's still daytime, completely shutting down melatonin production for up to 3 hours after exposure. A study from Brigham and Women's Hospital found that seniors who used devices before bed took 45 minutes longer to fall asleep and had 50% less REM sleep. the stage where your brain consolidates memories and processes emotions. But here's what nobody talks about. The content you're consuming is just as damaging as the light itself because scrolling through news, social media, or even playing games keeps your sympathetic nervous system activated, flooding your body with stress hormones like cortisol that are supposed to be at their lowest point at night. The solution isn't just about blue light filters or night mode, though those help slightly. You need to create what sleep experts call a device curfew, at least 90 minutes before your intended bedtime. During this wind-down period, switch to activities that don't involve screens like reading a physical book, doing gentle stretches, listening to calming music or podcasts through a speaker not held close to your face, or practicing simple breathing exercises. If you absolutely must use a device for medical reasons or emergencies, hold it at least 14 inches from your face, use the dimmest setting possible, and limit interaction to less than 2 minutes. The key is replacing the dopamine hit you get from scrolling with other rewarding activities like journaling 3 things you're grateful for, which studies show can improve sleep quality by 25%. Your brain needs this buffer zone to transition from the stimulation of modern life to the restorative state of sleep. And without it, you're essentially forcing your brain to slam on the brakes while going 100 miles per hour. Speaking of things that seem harmless but aren't, this next mistake is something your doctor might have recommended. Before we dive deeper, show your support by liking this video and subscribing. You can't afford to miss the next secret. Number 5. Taking sleep medications regularly. Those little pills that promise peaceful slumber are creating a dependency crisis among seniors that's worse than the opioid epidemic. Yet hardly anyone's talking about it because sleep meds seem so innocent and are often prescribed casually. Whether it's prescription drugs like Ambien and Lunesta or over-the-counter options like Benadryl or Tylenol PM, these medications don't actually give you real restorative sleep. They sedate you into a state that looks like sleep but lacks the crucial brainwave patterns needed for memory consolidation and cellular repair. Stanford University researchers discovered that people who take sleep medications regularly have a 35% higher risk of developing dementia within 10 years, and the risk jumps to 51% for those taking them more than 3 times a week. The terrifying part is how these drugs work. They bind to GABA receptors in your brain, the same ones affected by alcohol, essentially putting you in a chemically induced coma rather than natural sleep, which is why you might sleep for 8 hours, but still wake up feeling groggy and unrefreshed. Even worse, your body builds tolerance quickly, meaning you need higher doses to get the same effect, and withdrawal can cause rebound insomnia that's worse than your original sleep problems. The way to break free from this chemical prison is through a careful tapering process, reducing your dose by 25% every 2 weeks while simultaneously implementing natural sleep aids like magnesium glycinate, 400 milligrams before bed, chamomile tea, and most importantly, addressing the root cause of your insomnia rather than masking it. Many seniors don't realize that their sleep problems often stem from other medications they're taking for blood pressure, cholesterol, or pain, so reviewing all your medications with a pharmacist can reveal surprising interactions. Cognitive behavioral therapy for insomnia, called CBTI, has been proven more effective than any sleep medication and provides lasting results without side effects. You can even access free CBTI programs online through apps like CBTI Coach, developed by Stanford University. The goal is to retrain your brain to sleep naturally again, which typically takes 4 to 6 weeks of consistent effort. But the payoff is genuine, refreshing sleep that actually heals your body instead of sedating it. Your brain desperately wants to sleep naturally, but the next mistake might be sabotaging it from the moment you wake up. Number 4. Ignoring morning light exposure. Your circadian rhythm, the internal clock that governs every cell in your body, is desperately waiting for a signal every morning that never comes because most seniors spend their mornings indoors under artificial light that's 100 times weaker than natural daylight. Within the first 30 to 60 minutes of waking, your eyes need exposure to at least 10,000 lux of light to properly set your circadian rhythm. But typical indoor lighting provides only 100 to 300 lux, leaving your brain confused about what time it really is. This confusion doesn't just affect that night's sleep. It creates a cascading effect where your body releases cortisol and melatonin at the wrong times, making you tired during the day but wired at night, a pattern that gets progressively worse over weeks and months. Research from the National Institute on Aging showed that seniors who got at least 30 minutes of morning sunlight slept an average of 46 minutes longer per night and had 23% more deep sleep than those who stayed indoors. The mechanism is beautifully simple. Morning light triggers your brain to release serotonin, the feel-good chemical that not only improves your mood, but converts to melatonin exactly 12 to 14 hours later, creating a natural sleep pressure that makes you drowsy at the right time. The most effective approach is to go outside within an hour of waking, even on cloudy days, since clouds only reduce light intensity by about 50%, still giving you 5,000 to 30,000 lux compared to indoor lighting. If mobility issues prevent going outside, position yourself next to a window, open the blinds completely, and if possible, open the window itself since glass blocks some beneficial wavelengths of light. For those in northern climates or during winter months, a 10,000 lux light therapy box used for 30 minutes while eating breakfast can substitute for natural light. But it should be positioned 16 to 24 inches from your face at a 45-degree angle to avoid eye strain. The timing matters enormously. Light exposure before 10 a.m. is twice as effective as afternoon light at setting your circadian rhythm, and consistency is key since your brain learns to anticipate these signals. Combining morning light with a short walk multiplies the benefits since movement further reinforces your circadian rhythm, and the bilateral stimulation of walking has been shown to reduce anxiety and improve cognitive function. Ancient humans never had to think about getting morning light, but our modern lives have created an unnatural darkness that the next mistake makes even worse. Number 3. Eating heavy meals late in the evening. When you eat within 3 hours of bedtime, your body faces an impossible choice between digesting food and repairing cells, and digestion always wins, robbing you of the restoration that sleep is supposed to provide. Your digestive system slows down by 50% at night as part of your natural circadian rhythm, so that late dinner or bedtime snack sits in your stomach like a rock, causing acid reflux, indigestion, and triggering inflammatory responses that keep your nervous system in an alert state. Japanese researchers studying 20,000 seniors found that those who ate dinner after 8 p.m. had 48% more fragmented sleep and were 3 times more likely to wake up multiple times during the night compared to those who finished eating by 6 p.m. The problem gets worse because late eating disrupts your body's natural fasting period, which is when human growth hormone peaks to repair tissues and burn fat. Instead of healing, your body is stuck processing calories it can't efficiently use, leading to weight gain and metabolic dysfunction. The type of food matters too, since protein takes 6 to 8 hours to fully digest, while simple carbs cause blood sugar spikes and crashes that trigger cortisol release right when it should be at its lowest point. The solution is to gradually shift your dinner time earlier by 15 minutes every few days until you're eating your last meal at least 3 hours before bed, ideally finishing by 6 or 7 p.m. If you get hungry later, limit yourself to easily digestible options like a small piece of fruit, a handful of almonds, or herbal tea, keeping portions under 200 calories and avoiding anything with sugar, caffeine, or heavy fats. Many seniors worry about social dinners or family gatherings, but you can still participate by eating a smaller portion at dinner and having your main meal at lunch when your digestive fire is naturally strongest. The fascinating part is that this eating pattern, called time-restricted feeding, has been shown to improve insulin sensitivity, reduce inflammation, and even extend lifespan in multiple studies. Your body actually prefers to fast for 12 to 14 hours overnight, using this time to activate cellular cleanup processes called autophagy that remove damaged proteins and regenerate healthy cells. Your stomach needs to rest just as much as your brain does, but the next mistake prevents both from getting the break they desperately need. Number 2. Napping too long or too late. That afternoon nap that feels so refreshing might be secretly destroying your nighttime sleep by depleting your sleep pressure, the biological force that builds throughout the day and makes you naturally tired at bedtime. Sleep pressure accumulates through the buildup of a chemical called adenosine in your brain, and when you nap for more than 20 minutes or after 3 p.m., you're essentially releasing this pressure valve too early, leaving you wide awake when bedtime arrives. NASA conducted extensive research on optimal napping and found that naps longer than 26 minutes cause sleep inertia, that groggy, disoriented feeling that can last for hours and disrupts your cognitive function more than not napping at all. The sweet spot for senior naps is exactly 10 to 20 minutes between 1 and 3 p.m., which provides refreshment without entering deep sleep stages that interfere with nighttime rest. The reason timing matters so intensely is that your body temperature naturally dips between 1 and 3 p.m. as part of your circadian rhythm, making this the ideal biological window for a brief rest that works with your body instead of against it. To execute the perfect power nap, set an alarm for 20 minutes. Lie down in a slightly reclined position rather than fully horizontal to prevent deep sleep, and keep the room slightly cool and dim but not completely dark. Some seniors find that drinking a small cup of coffee right before napping works brilliantly since caffeine takes about 20 minutes to kick in, naturally waking you at the optimal time while preventing oversleeping. If you find yourself needing naps longer than 30 minutes or multiple naps per day, this is actually a red flag that your nighttime sleep quality is severely compromised, or you might have an underlying condition like sleep apnea that needs medical attention. The key is distinguishing between a strategic power nap that enhances your day and compensatory sleeping that creates a vicious cycle of poor nighttime rest. Research shows that seniors who limit naps to under 20 minutes have 33% better cognitive function and 40% lower risk of cardiovascular disease compared to those who take long, irregular naps. Short naps can be medicine, but long naps are poison. And speaking of poison, nothing destroys senior sleep more than our number one mistake. Number 1. Accepting poor sleep as normal aging. The most devastating sleep mistake seniors make is believing that terrible sleep is just part of getting older, when in reality, this resignation is literally killing brain cells and accelerating every aspect of biological aging. When you accept waking up 4 times a night, taking an hour to fall asleep, or feeling exhausted despite 8 hours in bed as normal, you're ignoring warning signs of fixable problems that compound into serious health conditions. The shocking truth from a landmark Harvard study of 11,000 seniors is that those who maintained good sleep quality aged biologically 8 to 12 years slower than those who accepted sleep decline, with brain scans showing dramatically less shrinkage in memory centers and maintaining the brain volume of people decades younger. Poor sleep in seniors is almost never actually about aging itself, but rather undiagnosed sleep apnea affecting 56% of people over 65. Medication interactions that 73% of doctors never review for sleep impact, or treatable conditions like restless leg syndrome, periodic limb movement disorder, or even simple dehydration that causes frequent urination. The tragedy is that when you don't address these issues, your brain cannot perform glymphatic drainage, the nightly cleaning process that removes amyloid beta and tau proteins, the exact substances that cause Alzheimer's disease. During deep sleep, your brain cells literally shrink by 60% to allow cerebrospinal fluid to flush out these toxins. But if you're not getting quality deep sleep, these poisons accumulate night after night, year after year, until cognitive decline becomes irreversible. The approach to reclaiming youthful sleep starts with keeping a detailed sleep diary for 2 weeks, tracking not just sleep times but also diet, medications, exercise, stress levels, and how you feel each morning, because patterns will emerge that reveal your specific sleep thieves. Next, demand a comprehensive sleep study from your doctor, not just the basic overnight oximetry, but a full polysomnography that measures brain waves, breathing patterns, limb movements, and heart rhythms to identify hidden disorders. Many seniors don't realize that Medicare covers sleep studies and CPAP machines for sleep apnea, which can transform your sleep quality literally overnight once properly treated. The most important mindset shift is understanding that your brain remains capable of excellent sleep at any age if you address the underlying issues rather than accepting decline. Studies of healthy 80 and 90-year-olds show they can achieve the same sleep efficiency as 30-year-olds when sleep hygiene is optimized and medical issues are treated. The difference between aging gracefully and deteriorating rapidly often comes down to the single factor of sleep quality, making it worth fighting for with the same intensity you'd fight any other life-threatening condition. Remember, sleep isn't just about feeling rested. It's about giving your brain the time it needs to literally save your life, one night at a time. Every single night of quality sleep adds days to your life and life to your days, while every night of poor sleep is a missed opportunity for healing that you can never get back. The beautiful truth is that it's never too late to improve your sleep, and even small improvements can yield massive benefits for your health, happiness, and longevity. If this information helped you understand your sleep better, please hit that subscribe button so you don't miss our next video on the surprising foods that can improve your sleep naturally. Your support means everything, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching.